Good evening, and thank you for tuning in once again to WMLM. This is your loyal and faithful reporter, Megan McGlover, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. And yes, I look like a black Klansman because I am trying to keep my hair from messing up in this weather. Well, what is the weather? The weather is snow. Again. Snow again, my friends. We don't know what's going on, but what I do know that is going on is this ain't cool. Okay? I was on the 11 Alive. Tonight I was on again on the Fox 5 News, and now I said, well, let me go ahead and do a report on my own news channel. I got to support myself, and I'm just so I'm just so taken aback, by this weather here that I just don't know what needs to be done. I live in the South, and I know that people are commenting. There's some people that are living in Boston. Some people that live in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and all the rest of those places, and they are telling us here in Atlanta that what we're dealing with is nothing in comparison to what they got going on, and so forth and so on, and that may be true. But I will say this, that we ain't used to it, okay? We don't know nothing about what's going on. We did not choose. If I was going to deal with this kind of weather here, I could have just moved to D.C. and been closer to the Obamas. If I wanted to deal with this, I could have went over there to Chicago so I could go down there to Auntie Oprah's studio and knock on her door. I'm over here in Atlanta because I thought that this would be comparable to what I was dealing with in Southern California. This is not. Okay, and I'm in a bit of a jam here, and you people gonna have to be patient with me because I'm really having a hard time. I really am. I'm really having a hard time. So basically, once again, right now we're dealing with snow. I found out that some of the schools, quite a bit of the schools, public schools and private schools, charter schools, will be delayed for 2 hours in the morning on tomorrow. So that means we got 2 hours of dumb ahead of us that we're going to have to make up for, or try to figure out a way to make up for. See, when we close the schools like that, we mess up a lot of things. We mess the children up. I had to cancel my appointment, and I want to give a big shout out to the Freedom Academy over there in wherever it is over there in Atlanta, Georgia. I was supposed to go over there and talk to the children. Can't even go in there and talk to the children because the school has been delayed. I told them I wasn't coming out there. Let me tell you why. Because I'm not going to be stuck for 4 days with a bunch of 6th to 8th graders in an auditorium. No, ma'am. I'm not doing that. So I love the babies. I love the babies long. I love them strong. But I'm not finna be stuck in no school for 4 days with the children. I would be doing all kind of video reports from that. So praises be to God that we were able to make arrangements for next week to go down there and do that. But the schools are going to open up late on tomorrow. The roads are probably going to be closed. I really do hope that the government has gotten themselves together and went and got us the necessary things. For those of you who are watching that are in the state senate and all the rest of that stuff, go outside and put the salt down now. Now is the time to put the salt down, not after the fact. Put it down now, so that way we're not slipping and sliding and having accidents and all that other kind of thing. So keep warm, keep careful. Make sure that you're dressing your babies appropriate for the weather. I don't want to see no problems. Then there won't be no problems. You understand me what I'm saying? Okay. Now, in other news, some person, because I'm not going to call nobody no names, but some person robbed their grandmother at knife point for some money. Stay off the crack pipe, sir. Okay? Just stay off the crack pipe. That's that's my final word on that. Okay? Anybody that's robbing their grandmother at knife point, you smoke stuff out of aluminum foil. Okay? And you need to put it down and stop doing what you're doing and try to see if you can talk to Jesus. Go to Jesus and tell him all about your trials, okay? Because that ain't the right thing to do. Listen, I am Megan McGlover. I have to go inside, okay? I love you long and I love you strong, but right now I'm being stupid standing out here in this weather. I'm messing up my hair and everything else, and I got to go inside. Now, I love you long. I love you strong. But please don't be stupid.